Hello? Oh, wait. What? I'm not sure.
You're live.
Yeah. Sorry. Hello, everyone. I wanted to address a rumor about me that's not true. There's a screenshot on Twitter that's a story that never happened regarding me orgasming on Rina-chan, and that is a complete lie. And I just want to let you know that that's a complete lie. And I feel like there's something else related to that that I feel like I need to explain because it relates a lot to my inability to do certain things anyway. So I'm just going to get this out of the way. And honestly, I was not prepared for this because I didn't want it to do this. And in my book, I had a chapter written on this, actually. And I've been highly considering removing it because it's so shameful and embarrassing, and I didn't want to get made fun of my whole life for this. But I feel like I might as well just get it over with. And to be honest with you, even in my book, even though originally when I was writing it in 2018 and wrote all this because I default to just writing everything, I wasn't even gonna I was like, wait, this is too embarrassing, and I'll get made fun of for the rest of my life if I say this. So I wasn't going to. But now I was just like, okay, well, this relates to that, so I might as well. But anyway, I was circumcised very, very badly as an infant, to the point that it's pretty much pretty much impossible, or extremely, and I mean extremely, difficult to feel pleasure, orgasm, or any of that stuff. And that relates...
I know, Jason.
Sorry.
Take your time. It's okay. Take your time. It's fine.
And that relates to, if you've followed me over the years, I'm sure you've seen the fair share of posts about my depression and wanting to kill myself. And that was, it's literally 90% of the reason, at least. And basically, after I discovered this about 9 or 10 years ago or something, I didn't realize what that even was, or how bad it was, or how unlucky I had it even among those people. It was an extra bad one. And that basically made it so I felt like, okay, let me do research on this. How can I fix this? So I was doing research on this, and I basically found that people in my situation are pretty much just fucked because there's no hope. I don't want to do this.
It's okay. So guys.
No, I'll just finish.
Take a minute, Jason.
No, I'll just finish.
Jason.
I'll just finish.
Okay.
It's basically hopeless to be happy, which is because my situation will either stay the same or get worse as I age because of, I researched the scientific reasons for it and stuff. People in my situation have pretty much no hope. And it only gets worse as you age. So now I'm thinking, okay, I'm going through life. It's already this bad. It only gets worse in terms of that. And from the way I've been around other people, growing up on the internet, everyone's like, oh, sex is the most important thing and pleasure and all that. And the goal in life should be to have a sexual partner that you love on an emotional level and on a sexual level and all these things. And I'm basically thinking in my whole life that this is okay, this is the ultimate end goal. And it's okay, we're one of the mainest things and the best thing to look forward to in life. And I can't experience that. Or I can to a very, very, very tiny degree of 99% of other people, pretty much. And I've done research on okay, what hope is there? What can I do? Because usually when it's oh, I'm not good enough at something, whether it's my fault or not, I try to be okay, what can I do to make this better? And so normally in Smash, you just study and practice, and you just get better just because you can put in the effort to get better. For this, you can't really, or even if you can, it's such a tiny amount that it's and it's how unfair it is. I always hate the unfairness because I'm this is, I don't deserve this, and I don't. And I had an entire chapter on depression in my book. I mean, I had an entire chapter on depression in my book talking about this. As I said, I was 70% sure I was going to actually remove that from my book because I was never ready to reveal this for the rest of my life because I don't want to go through life getting made fun of. One of the reasons I barely even streamed in the past, like 2014, 15, etc. One of the reasons I barely even streamed in the past was because I would get made fun of. Someone found out about this, and because like I would tell someone who didn't tell other people, and someone found out about this, and I got made fun of on Twitch, which is why I barely streamed during like those years because I was like, okay, I don't like this experience because it's making me think and relive memories that I don't want to relive. I've even had nightmares about this stuff. And this is pretty much the source of my depression. There's basically no hope. And I basically go through life like this, just doing what I need to, trying to be morally good so that, at least with intentions, so that it, like, I don't want to get into religion too much, but basically, I don't want to like go to hell because being a bad person generally means you go to hell. Based on what my understanding is, basically, okay, if you're good, you're less likely to go to hell if it even exists. And then, so I don't want to go to hell. So I try to be morally good, even though I'm a stupid freaking idiot socially, and I just don't understand things that 99% of people understand. At least theoretically, God would understand my intentions. So I was like, okay, but and then also this also leads into suicide. And over the years, I'm sure you've read these posts before that I've made publicly that I want to kill myself. And that was not for attention, or maybe it was, but in the sense that like, wow, I'm really feeling shitty, I need some comforting, but it wasn't actually a lie. It's more like, wow, I actually really want this to happen. But you know why I didn't go through with it? It's because of the fear of pain, regret. I'm fearing pain because it can be very painful. I fear regret because of course, like, what if I go through it halfway and then I screw myself and then I'm suffering even more? And on almost every religion, you go to hell permanently for suicide. So that's why I've never killed myself. So this all relates together, and it all ties together and formed me into who I am, and I'd probably be a way happier person if this wasn't the case. But since this relates to that, I felt like I had to just get this out of the way, and I just want it out of the way because it's pretty much like my biggest secret that I just don't like revealing. But I feel like I just have to get out of the way, and it's pretty much this is the source of my depression for the past 10 years. I'm sure there's even more I'm forgetting, but basically I just don't feel like I have hope, and this is actually like my biggest secret and why. I'm always trying to prove to myself, hey, it can get better. Like I'm always trying to tell myself in my head, hey, Jason, it can get better. That like I try to convince myself, hey, it can get better. Like maybe I can prove myself wrong. Maybe my next girlfriend or whatever at some point. Maybe I just wasn't with the right person. Maybe the right person will make it better. And I don't think you can. I can't even put in the words how depressing it is, and I feel like I have to mention that now because like the rumors online. I'm like, dude, not only did that not happen, I can't even make that happen. Like, or the amount of difficulty it takes is so much more than you could imagine, and this is why I actually don't even like streaming on Twitch because a lot of time, as I said in 2015 or early 2015 or something, people would come to my chat and make fun of me for this stuff. Some of you might know it. Most of you probably don't because I was way smaller than stuff. And I hated the experience so much that I basically hardly did anything that whole year. And then, so when you're already in a state, when your normal state is already hopelessness and depression, when that's your default state, my normal state is like 10 out of 100 happiness because current situation plus fact that you don't have hope. So I'm already always feeling like this, right? And then it only takes like one sad thing or one or two negative thoughts to put me in at 0 or 1 or negatives in out of 100 rating. Well, you know what I'm saying. And then it's like, okay, and then I get extra depressed. It takes so less for me to like feel bad and be emotionally unstable and mentally unstable and all that like. And that affected like so many things in my life, and I wish it wasn't the case. And I'm always trying to prove myself wrong. Hey, no, I wasn't turned on by the right thing. Maybe there's like fetishes and stuff I can do to fix it. Maybe there's a girl I'm more attracted to. Maybe I just didn't find love. And I'm always trying to. My biggest life goal is to get around that, to prove to myself, hey, I just haven't met the right person. I wasn't attracted enough. Like there had to be a workaround. I had to tell myself that because I wanted to have hope. And I'm sure there's even more. It's too many things at once.
Well, I know this was incredibly hard. Hi, everybody. This is Greg. We're just sitting here with Jason.
I don't want to do this, but I just rather get it out of the way.
This is
Get out of the
definitely
way.
not something that he ever wanted to talk about, and it's of course everybody can imagine.
Well, I was 50-50 on talking about it in my book, but as I said, as of like even a few months ago, I was just thinking, I don't want to ever reveal this. I want to go through my whole life without revealing this because I don't want to get made fun of, because then cruel people, what they do is they make fun of me, and then I'm like, okay, I hate this experience, and then I hate streaming, and then that's my job, and then that means I can't do my job, and it's like, okay, well, but whatever.
So-
There's no way around.
So, no, we understand, and believe me, I think
Most people don't understand. they don't understand. But
I
yeah.
know.
My life goal is to, like, okay. Well, one of my major life goals, besides be a good enough person to go to heaven, because like theoretically that's eternity, and I don't want to risk eternity off being bad at heart, because apparently, according to what my mom told me, God always knows what you're thinking, and I'm like, okay, well, as long as my intentions are good at least, then I'm not going to go to hell, and I have that off my conscience. That's why. That's like.
so.
Everything ties together. Like,
It does. It does.
And-
So can you then, getting to this point, because we know what's been pretty much the topic of conversation for the past week plus, as far as your journey, because a lot of these people that you were very close with, you game with them, you practice with them, you traveled with them, room with them. So just wanted to at least let everyone know what your feelings about everything is.
I don't know who to trust. I don't know who's real, and everything I read just makes me sad. And as I said, like, it's like just too many thoughts that aren't good. In addition to like, what do I believe anymore? And it's like, it's just it's a combination of too many things. It's too many things. That's why I'm just like, I hate this. Like,
So there was a few people that wanted to know, well, quite a few actually, that actually reached in and they reached out and they wanted to get your perspective about your time when you left the East Coast and migrated to the West Coast, because that seemed
what?
to be when you left Jersey
it's like
and you moved
20
out to California.
It's like 2014 first half or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, yeah.
And was there any particular reason you left the East Coast to the West Coast? Like what initially triggered that transition?
Well, I moved to the California house.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna be a streamer, and Sky told me that we like if we work together, because he's already big, we could just work together and just play, like, stream together in the new Smash 4. But then after it happened, like, for whatever reason, he said I asked him like once a week on average, more or less, and so for 7 months I was there. He's basically just like, okay, well, he's too busy, and like, I mean, I get it. I mean, he's successful on League, and he's already doing really well for himself on League. So I guess it just didn't work out the way. I mean, but I mean, from my perspective, it's like, okay, well, that didn't work out. Let's go elsewhere. And then I decided I'll just move in if you in Arizona, because I was like, okay, well, we'll just restart something new, like, because the original plan that I was under the impression of just didn't happen. I mean, he has called my stream before like 3 times total, but like I was under the impression it would be like a daily thing, like working together all the time, and that didn't happen for whatever reason. He's always like busy or something. It's like, okay, I get it. You're big. You're really big on YouTube and Twitch. So I get it, but for me, it sucks. So I was like, okay, why don't you just try something new? And then I was gonna stream a lot in Arizona. It was the thing I told you. And then now I didn't want to, and you already know that. And now everyone knows that. Great, awesome.
I'm sorry, man. So I just wanted to, again, because that house seems to be, I would say, part of the subject right now, because a lot of things allegedly happen at that property during the time part of the time I think you were there. And I think you roomed there at some point with Zero.
Yeah.
And who else was there in the room that you were staying in?
Jesse, Jackie, Zero, and I don't remember after that. I was on the top. I just remember I was on the top bunk, and most of the time I'm just like on my phone or computer. I'm just like doing whatever. And we also had like the main computer, and then just like I'll use that sometimes. Like I streamed there before, but as I said, I didn't really enjoy streaming. And this is even before like people knew about that thing. It was just like I don't even remember the exact reason. I think for some reason I just get depressed and just unmotivated. Because, as I said, it only takes one thing. And so, like, I was going to stream my own more, and then I was just like, depression, and I hate that, and it's, like, hard to be happy, and then, and that's, like, most of my time is just, like, in that room, and it's, like, Also, I spent like my lifestyle for like almost my whole life is like going to tournaments. So it's like the Super Smash Sundays, and it's like tourney play, and I'll just like go to these different tournaments. So I'm planning out my tournaments, I'm planning out my plane tickets, I'm planning out okay, who do I team with, planning out housing. Like a lot of my time went to that stuff too, and I'm just basically just like, okay, and then I find all this later. I'm like, what the f? And it's like,
Now, I think before you mentioned the reason you actually had your roommates was because at some point you and one of your friends from Ohio
yeah,
wanted to probably design a game. Or
yeah, we
something
were gonna
like
make a
that.
game together.
Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so he was going to be a programmer, and I was going to be the idea man, and I was going to be for ideas and for like promoting, and it was any random idea, design, promoting, and stuff. Because like I don't have the skill set he does. He knew 3D modeling, and he was good at 3D modeling. We both went to college there for it, and but I didn't end up liking it. And but he also programming. He was way smarter than me. Like he was a much smarter person than me when it came to like anything not Smash. And he was good at Smash, but he was a lot smarter than me outside of like that stuff. Like in school, he would just understand it like this, and I was like struggling. And then I met Jackie at some turn in like I don't remember which year. It was like 2012 or 13 or 14 or it was one of some shuffle or something. And I was like, wow, she's an amazing artist. So I was like, I remember we need an artist, and then so okay, we need an artist. So I was like, okay, we'll just be a team. This is perfect. And then I was like, okay, we can make a great game. Yeah, it was like, well, like we got the best artist, we got a great programmer, and then I'm confident that if I spend time on ideas, and that just never happened. And then, but I didn't know it wasn't going to happen until many years later. I was under the impression it was going to happen. So I gave him a lot of money to invest that I actually haven't even gotten back. But that's even a separate topic. I pretty much just got used again. But like story of my life.
About how much ballpark?
Probably 10K.
Wow.
I mean, it could be more, it could be less, but it's probably more.
Okay.
But let's just go with 10 and just say that's an approximate, even though it's if the more likely outcome is that it's more. If I had to take a best guess now, but let's just say 10. That's not including time investment of like me contacting people to be like, hey, we'll build like there's a team I want to do, and then so that's why I was like, okay, this is what we're gonna do, and then as I said that didn't happen, but I didn't know that 2 years later, and I'm like, okay, well, I was betrayed, and I never saw it coming, and I'm really oblivious, and I guess you would know that if like the Triforce thing. I mean,
Yeah.
6 years, like it should that if that wasn't the sign of, I mean, I don't know. It's just happened so many times. It's just like, what do I say or think anymore? Because over and over and over with all the time, it's like no way, no way, no way, no way, no way, no way. There's no way this happened. There's no way this happened. There's no way this. Oh wait, they happened.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people they know what they're doing more than me. So I don't know if they're doing it maliciously or if they're oblivious. Because here's the way I see it. The way I see it, it's like okay, well for me, I don't think I'm doing things wrong, but it's like, okay, well, I don't know what I'm doing, like social things. It's like, oh, wow, that was rude of you to do. Like, I wasn't trying to be rude, but then, like, I mean, I guess, I think, I don't remember. Was that in the doc? I don't remember, the Smash doc. I don't remember. It was like, but I don't try to be bad because I don't want to go to hell.
I know.
Because I have my mom told me, basically, it comes down to scared of hell for God knows what you're thinking at all times. And then if you're genuinely bad, then the bad people burn. It's like, it's such a generic way of like thinking, but I'm still terrified because the way I see it, like life on Earth is like 80 years, and everything is, let's just say, 80 trillion years. That's what eternity is. So I'm scared to death, paranoid of that stuff. And like I don't really necessarily want to talk religion, but there's always that fear in the back of my mind. It's like, okay.
No, the thing is, and again, I know I just,
It all ties together in some weird.
I just want to give a little bit of context. So when I officially started working with you, Jason, like when you officially left EMV, moved to Arizona, and then you officially joined MVG on a full-time basis, I just remember taking when you declared your free agency, and a lot of the big sponsors was reaching out, and a lot of them really didn't want to, hitch their wagon to you because
Yeah, Triforce, right?
no, after you left Triforce, that was a part of it.
Oh yeah, because emotional instability.
But the main thing was just how you would behave on social media, and they never really truly understand the context of that. So I'm sorry that we're here today, but I'm actually, it's sad to me that you actually would have to put all this stuff out. But I appreciate you just being forthright and just honest about this. So during that time frame, that's when you actually, because I remember when you moved into my place in Arizona, that's when you wanted to have somebody else, and then you asked me if we can actually have Zero move to Arizona.
Yeah.
And then you bought him his plane ticket.
Yeah.
And then, do you remember is there anything else you want to add during that time period? Did anything else happen that would be, relevant to what's happening in this environment right now? Because
We streamed for a bit and it just didn't work out. I just went back.
okay.
It's like we streamed. Well, we both see he just wanted to do YouTube, and I was like, okay, and then I was depressed, and then I was ambitious about doing all these things, but then I'm freaking me, so instead of streaming 12 hours a day like I was going to, and I didn't even know like how good YouTube was, and then I should have did more, obviously, but yeah, because sadness, and then I just didn't like the experience, and then I should, in hindsight, I should have just done more, and I should have done even more YouTube, but not like hindsight's 2020. Like obviously, you know it now.
You can't beat yourself up about stuff like that, because even, let's be honest, even us,
I would change a million things if I like knew this information or is the obviously.
We didn't know YouTube was as broken as it is now, but
I would have just did that. I would have just did that, dude.
That's fine. But
then I wouldn't have had to worry about the torment that I experienced back then that I didn't want to like. Yeah, whatever. I just repeat myself. It's pointless.
Is there anything else you want to address? Because again, right now, what a lot of people are concerned, rightfully so. A lot of the top players are coming down, and guilt by association is a thing.
Yeah, I'm stupid. I literally didn't know. Like I don't know what to say. I'm stupid. I didn't know. I literally was just like, okay, Smash. Let's do here. Here's the way I viewed the world. It was like, okay. Make myself happy. And then it's like, okay. It's like, don't go to hell. Make myself happy. Do the tournaments. Study for the tournaments. Plan out the tournaments. Plan out the plane tickets. So it's like you can actually make a profit the tournaments because I have to pay out of pocket and I wasn't sponsored. And then it's like, and then I was also like, okay, well, the new stuff is Twitch and YouTube, but I did Twitch before YouTube. And I was thinking, okay, and then there's the free time. Is like, you get like the jacuzzi. Like I'll go into jacuzzi sometimes from Arizona. It's like, okay, well, you could try to be happy even if it's just temporary there. And then it's like, okay. And then, I don't know. I just don't like seeing all this. It makes me extra sad to see like all this stuff because like I literally didn't even know like or didn't think about it because it's like I just doing my own thing. I was just like Smash. Like I thought this was just Smash, dude. Like I thought we were all just trying to just do Smash, but I don't know. It's more complicated than that, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know what else to ask. If there's anything else you want to add, I mean, because people want to know that they want to hear from you.
Yeah, that's why I'm just getting out of the way.
That to the best of your ability and your knowledge.
Let's get out of the way.
Were you ever involved with talking or doing anything that might be considered, suspect? That they want to hear it from you.
I mean, I've had alcohol.
I mean, yeah, we all have a little bit of alcohol. But aside from that, in terms of sexual allegation or you doing things to people, okay?
Okay.
That's it?
Okay.
All right. Well, guys, thank you for joining us. I can't say this was a happy occasion, but, he wanted to get his thoughts and feelings out there because of all these allegations flying around from 2012.
I don't know if I should do this, but whatever. It doesn't matter anymore.
Well, I mean, people wanted your honest take, man, and nothing is scripted. So, I'm glad at least you got your thoughts out there.
Think about it nonstop for 10 years. Of course, it's not. I mean.
All right. Well, thanks again.